Wife says she did it because I was neglectful. What do I do? Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. I, 30M, Canadian, have been in a 5 years relationship with my wife, 29F, American, and lost my virginity to her when I was 25. We met online and for half of our relationship we were physically separated intermittently. The last time the separation, we never broke up in those instances. Wasn't it all related with our regular immigration process failures or the fact that we are from two different nationalities and it's difficult to stay in that country without being framed as illegals? It was about me not being there enough for her and my son, working a lot of hours at a hotel job as a receptionist / barman / housekeeping / etc. to provide for the three of us. The salary wasn't good, ended up not being paid for the entirety of the hours I gave, and a lot of pressure was put on her to take care of our son, and it definitely also amplified her postpartum depression. This led to a lot of fights between us, being both tired and on the edge, which would amplify the cycle of me staying late there, staying overnight. I worked my shifts all around the clock, sometimes double shifts of 8 hours many times a week. Or taking even more hours to be away from her. On her side, she would be passive-aggressive with me and speak to me with such anger, comprehensively, that I felt the need to escape more and more. Until we had a big argument one night and she quitted the next day for America. I feel totally sad and sorry for what I did, and I was deep diving into depression at that moment, trying to get support, and bizarrely give support to, from and to the wrong people. I developed a friendship with a guy that was covering his manipulative ways to get someone to pass time with him while persecuting me, and I was wrong to feel comfort in our friendship. He was also secretly jealous that me and my wife were together with a beautiful young son while he had been disowned by his own many years ago because of how he acted in the past with him. All in all, he was trying to break our relationship by convincing me to pass time with him to unwind from the situation, while offering all sorts of fake comfort to forget, like weed, alcohol among others, like lending me money or paying for food, etc. At some point I even felt some gay vibes from him. I don't have anything against homosexual people, but again could have proved a point about breaking me by loosing my wife to have me for himself after. He even told my wife before she quitted for America that he had proof that I cheated on her and showed some footage at the hotel of me going in a room with a prostitute. As he had shown the whole video, she would have understood it couldn't have been physically possible since I was there for 5 minutes or so. My addiction to nicotine literally led me to that situation. I was so stressed in these times that I was smoking more than 1 pack of cigarettes a day, and she had just offered me some and I was too stupid, addicted to even remotely think that it would look suspect on my end to go in the room. The fact is, she didn't trust him for anything and wanted me to stay away from him, but for that she trusted him. He was really good at convincing. My mind wasn't there either. I was drinking some and a lot too, having access to the bar just beside the front desk and working night shifts mostly alone and completely bored out of my mind. Depressed, repressing those feelings for myself instead of seeking actual support. I wasn't at all a good dad and neither a good husband. We passed almost 1.5 years away from each other, and it was a very difficult time for both of us. More so, she brought back our son with her in the USA since she was the main caregiver and didn't trust many people to take care of him. Before the separation happened again, I cannot say that I was the best dad in the few months we had to be the three of us together. I was providing financially, but I wasn't there emotionally as much. In that time we rekindled more than ever, and she was telling me how much she needed support and my love. That our son needed me more than ever, to have his dad in his young age before it was too late. I proposed her to come back home, and we agreed that they would come back in Canada. She had to literally drive 1,500 kilometers from South Florida to the north with our young one. It was definitely a big proof of love on her part, and I could never thank her enough for what she did for us. I was so happy when she told me that she had passed the border, imagine in COVID times, without her vaccine, while Canada was getting super strict about it. Now a couple of months later, we are back physically together and I'm giving my total attention to them. Virtually not seeing friends anymore, being traumatized by what had happened before we had a rough time, and we both had the chance to explain our points of view. I had a gut feeling that she wasn't telling the whole truth, and I got very pushy because it really wasn't feeling right. She admitted that she had cheated on me out of anger 4 months after she quitted. She said it wasn't out of lust or anything else than being so angry she felt let down, alone in taking care of our son and having problems with her family and friends. It would have been one time, taking a shot before going forward and just proceed in the goal of breaking permanently our relationship by doing it. Not even finishing feeling disgusted by the act and quitting, blocking the dude on social media. Now being together and knowing that she was very promiscuous in the past while she is my only one and I promise to be only hers for the rest of my life. I feel like we both made errors and love/hard work/our son/promises of a more stable future keep us on a good route. I know it sounds silly AF, but I don't know how to get my head around the fact that she had another man even in our relationship to add up to the many more she had before. I considered that sacred and after all what happened never tried once to do that to her but very much understood where the sentiment came from. I feel at that point like it's selfish of me to think that it is not the complete truth that she's telling me, but she also told me that since she's young she lied a lot to protect herself for different reasons. I love her enormously and I know she does too. What would be some advice you would give to go forward and pardon her, accept her apologies and to let go even if she is to not tell the whole truth? Here is the second story. My wife refuses to let go of her AP, I don't know what to do. I, 37M, found out my wife, 40F, cheated on me with her coworker who lives in another state. Mostly emotional, they both love each other, but it did get a little physical from what I understand, they travel a lot together. I only found out a few days ago and my emotions are all over the place. I get terrible anxiety, can't sleep, can't eat, can't focus on anything. We are trying to work things out and honestly I feel like we are making good progress. We have an appointment with a therapist, but not for a few weeks. The biggest issue, and what gives me the most anxiety, is she is not willing to let him go. She loves him, she wants to remain friends with him. I told her that is not possible and they can no longer be friends. But they work together a lot. I tried to give them boundaries to follow, basically any contact will be work related only and no one-on-one interaction. They both agreed to them, then immediately broke them. She says it's too hard, or she needs to talk to him about something, or they can't not have one-on-one. I don't know what to do and I have nobody to talk to about it. Here are some of the best comments from our community. What you do is take yourself out of the equation. If she were sorry at all she would be falling all over herself to do anything she could to salvage things. Think about how bad you felt when you found out. Think about how bad you felt when she said she couldn't stop seeing him. The pain and torment. She does not care. Here is the third story. Wife had too much of a blast from a Halloween party. So my wife and I have been married for about 2 years and are currently doing long distance due to work. This past Halloween she went to a party and came back home pretty late, but I didn't think anything of it. A day later she asked if she could go to another party and I asked her to stay and she did, but about 3 hours later of her acting all weird she told me she shared a kiss with another man. I was mad but willing to forgive her as it was just a kiss. Fast forward to the next night and she confessed it wasn't only a kiss but they went back together and had sex. Mind you, I want to take her back but I'm not sure if I can keep any slick comments to myself. Right now I have no trust for her at all and for the last few days I haven't been eating because I am still sick to my stomach. I guess with all that being said I know it is my choice if I want to take her back, but the real question is, am I a fool for doing so? Will it get better? Will I ever feel like me again? Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.